Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about 7 keys to becoming a successful blogger. So key number 1, consistency. This is the same thing with any kind of content that you're producing. I remember having Chris Coyier from CSS Tricks. He's been running his CSS blog, or you can call it a design or development blog, for over 10 years, and he gets over 7 million visits a month. And I was like, what's your secret? How did you get there, right? Because, he doesn't have many writers on staff for that property. And he said the secret was, well, he's been consistent for over 10 years. He's been basically publishing almost every single day, just writing whatever's on his mind. And boom, because the design and dev community is they're so vibrant. I mean, I shouldn't say vibrant, but they're very engaged. That's why he has such a big audience. 7 million page views is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a big number. The other thing I would say is stay ahead of the curve. So if you're just doing what everyone else is doing and matching them, if they're writing mediocre content, you write mediocre content. If they have mediocre images in their blog posts and you have mediocre images. Or on the flip side, if they have amazing images and you have amazing images, and if they have amazing content, you have amazing content, you're not really going to succeed unless you outshine everyone else in your space. So if everyone else is writing 5,000 word guides, write 10,000 word guides with no fluff. Or even better, 20,000 word guides with no fluff. If people are using really fancy images, use hand-drawn custom images that are more personal, right? I'm going to the extreme here. But that's really what it takes to succeed in blogging, due to the fact that it's been around for so long and everyone else is already doing it, that you have to go above and beyond to succeed.
Number 3, you have to promote your content. Seems like a duh statement, but remember, if nobody knows who you are, maybe 90% of your effort should go into promoting, and not just promoting, but actually building relationships with people that will go much further than getting you a few links here or getting a mention through Twitter. Relationships go a long way. So, those two kind of go hand in hand. Make sure you're promoting your content. You can use a tool like BuzzSumo, which Neil and I talk about quite a bit, to find people that have shared similar content and then build relationships with them. I know, if you can look at a case study, you can check out how Groove HQ, that's groovehq.com. You can check out their case study on how they grew their blog to multiple 6-figure in terms of visits a month. It's because they're really good about promotion initially, and you can see, their case study there.
Don't rewrite your content over and over again. A good example of this is 10 online tools that'll help increase your rankings. 10 SEO tools that'll help increase your rankings. They're all very similar, and what ends up happening is when you write too many similar articles like that, because as you blog over time, what you'll find is one of them will rank, the rest won't rank well. So you want to combine, or ideally not even write these articles that are very similar. And what you should do instead is just update your existing ones and redo them and make them more thorough over time versus just writing too much similar content. Because it creates confusion to Google. They're like, wait, these are going after the same terms. Which one should we rank? Because we're not going to rank both of them.
And number 5 is to make sure that you repurpose your content. So Chalene Johnson has a really good workflow. I don't know if this is a blog post or a podcast that I was listening to, but basically she starts with having a Facebook Live first, and then she'll do some Q&A as well. And then that will lead into blog posts, and that will lead into podcast episodes as well. And that will also lead to a bunch of social images. So you don't have to follow her exact same workflow. So for us, it might be a blog post that turns into a webinar, for example, or all these episodes that Neil and I have done. These can actually turn into pretty epic, epic blog posts, and can turn into other types of content too, as well as slide shares, for example. So think about how you can repurpose your content and maximize the mileage on them. I highly recommend checking out the Aleyda Solis. That's Aleyda. Solis. She has a content reusage workflow. It's a chart that tells you how to repurpose.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to be the first mover. Even if stuff doesn't necessarily get a ton of traffic yet, it's okay. Being first, to write about something or to cover something, not just news-oriented stuff, but like new industry stuff that a lot of people don't care about, that's fine, because over time, it'll gain in popularity and you'll do well. That's a big mistake. A lot of people wait till something's already popular to write on it. Well, in that case, there's already 100 other blogs. And even if you have more authority and you're already more popular than them, their rankings are pretty settled in. They're getting good click-through rates, good time on site metrics. So it's hard to overtake them. So don't be afraid to try to cover stuff first, even if those type of articles aren't popular yet and they're not getting a ton of traction.
All right, number 7, last but not least, it is all about the process. How are you going to scale it out? So you heard of Chris Coyier from CSS Tricks. Well, he was writing a blog post a day, but he eventually started to hire on other writers. But, what is the process for these writers? How do we source the right image? How should we internally link to other posts? How long should each blog post be? How should they be formatted? All of that is in a process, and you have your own style, but you have to document how you want that to look because ultimately it's your vision. So I do recommend looking at, you can look at Quicksprout or neilpatel.com to look at all of these content marketing workflows. You can also look at Content Marketing Institute as well, because they have a lot of PDFs that you can download there to figure out, what the right process is for you, how you can continually adjust it to continue to grow your blog. So that's it for today's episode. We will see you guys tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.